Hey everyone, it's Kai here from Kai's Kreations. So, what have I got for you today? This is one of my favorites. I originally learned this on somebody's YouTube channel that I wish I could remember. Maybe I'll go through my files one day and figure it out. But it was a neat little trick I learned years ago off a YouTube video, and I thought it was so clever and cool, and I'm redoing it with Dollar Tree supplies today, and I thought, why not do a DIY and share it with you guys, because it's so easy to do and it's so satisfying. So what we're going to be doing today is making alcohol inks. Alcohol inks are something, you can look them up, I don't know. I use them for distressing and certain paint projects and stuff like that. You can use them for all kinds of stuff. So like I said, I'm not very creative with all the list of what you can use them for, ready to tell you, but they're really cool. And so what you're going to need is, first of all, some alcohol, which they sell at Dollar Tree. So you can get these at Dollar Tree or anywhere, pretty cheap. Doesn't matter the percentage. The more alcohol percentage it is, the better. This one's 70%. That's fine. Then you're going to need some squirt bottles. Little small squirt bottles are better. You can get a little bit bigger than this, maybe twice the size, but you don't want to go too much bigger than that. Recently, Dollar Tree had these in a 3-pack for $1. They went faster than you can say boo, because they're so cool and you can do so many things with them for your crafting. So maybe some other people are even making alcohol inks out there. I'm not really sure, but they went really fast. I'm hoping they get some more back in. I did grab 2 packages, so I only have 6 bottles to work with today. I wish I had more, because you can make more colors if you have more bottles. I do have some alcohol inks that I already made a long time ago that are in my storage unit. I haven't gotten them out in a bit. So, and they were, again, like I said, about twice the size of these bottles. And the spray or nozzle was a little bit different on them, which I'll show you later. But anyways, so you're going to need some alcohol. You're going to need some bottles. Hopefully you can find some like this. If you can't find them at Dollar Tree for a little bit more, they will have them for sale at Walmart possibly, or of course like Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby, places like that will probably have them. Okay, then you're going to need some permanent markers. Now, I found this pack. Let's see, it had this one and the red one. I found this pack for $1 of 4 permanent markers by Jot at Dollar Tree. So $1 for 4 permanent markers. That was a really good deal. But that was the only colors they had, was black, red, blue, and green. And so I got some other colors at Walmart that they had, the Sharpie ones. So of course these were a little bit more expensive, but I'm just saying you can do this for under $5 if you want to buy all Dollar Tree items and not get the big packs of Sharpies or whatever like I did. But this one also came in a 5-pack. I only have 6 bottles. So I picked out the colors. I got one green, one that's kind of a periwinkle, bluish lavender. This one, it looks like a peach on the cap, but it comes out more pinkish orange, like really orangey. So I'm calling that one an orange peach. And then I'm going to do my black, of course, and my red, and this one that came in that one, which is like a maroon or a burgundy, really. And then I'm going to go ahead and leave out the green, because we already have a green. I'm going to leave out the blue, because we already have a more interesting blue. And then I'm going to leave out the gray, because I wasn't really sure how that would come out. Although I would like to experiment with gold and silver and gray and maybe even metallic Sharpies and see how those come out. I've never done that before. But anyways, so that's what you're going to need. And then hopefully what else you're going to need, you'll have at home. You're going to need some type of pliers. I have these that I use for jewelry making, and these needle nose ones that both came in handy for this project for different reasons. You'll see why later. And you're going to need an X-Acto knife. Hopefully, like I said, you already have those. If not, you can pick them up fairly cheap. X-Acto knives are at Dollar Tree. The pliers you can get fairly cheap at Walmart or other crafting stores. And then a pair of scissors. the other thing is you're going to want to put something down. I'm putting down a little wax paper today because I tried this out earlier and I made a big old mess. I thought I had gloves as well, but I don't. So this is a messy project, guys, and it's permanent marker ink we're going to be dealing with. So you might want to have gloves. You might want to put down some wax paper or a piece of plastic or paper or poster board, something that you don't mind getting those inks all over that you could just throw away. I did get some on my craft table earlier. I used a little Goo Gone and a little nail polish remover, and it came off. But still, it's a messy project. So there you go. You've been warned. Okay, so what you want to do first, you pick your color. So we'll take this, and I did also make some labels for mine with my label maker. Feel free to do that. You can put any kind of label on there. And this is a red one I already started earlier. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up your cap. Take that off. You're not going to need that at all. The very first thing you're going to want to do is remove this tip. So let's see. We'll get one of our bottles ready. I'm going to open this bottle and have that ready to go. Then you're going to take your pliers and remove the tip of the marker. Squeeze just the tip, not the plastic part, and pull. Okay, this one broke off. That's a great example, guys. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you. That doesn't usually happen to me. I'm going to go ahead and try to get it again. Yeah, it's not coming off. Okay, well that's alright. We can fix that later. I'll show you. But anyways, then what you want to do, now this is the tricky part where the cheaper pens were actually giving me more trouble earlier, but you want to separate this colored piece of plastic, which is stuck into the gray piece of plastic below it. You want to pull that off so that we can get to that ink pouch in the bottom. So let's see. I start by just grabbing a hold of the tip of that plastic and twisting and turning and kind of bending it back and forth a little bit. Again, sometimes this breaks off the tip, and that's okay. We can work with that. Let's see here. I really should have had some other pliers too, like regular pliers that you use, you know, like a tool, not a crafting tool, would have probably been great for this. And again, I don't have my gloves, so I'm going to get this all over my hands, you guys. Okay, this is really proving to be trickier than it usually is, of course, when I go to film. So, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use the needle nose pliers now, what I had to do for the other one. I'm going to shove one end, I don't know if you can see, shove one end down in that hole that the little plastic piece just broke off as far as you can. Get a good grip on it by squeezing it, and then again, you want to turn it, not try to pull it out so much, but try to turn it and bend it back and forth. And if you feel the plastic breaking, go to a different side and keep bending it. See, look at that, okay? It just popped out by bending and pulling it. I've got that out now. Okay, there we go. That's what we want, guys. So, you're going to pull out this whole ink part. Obviously, these three parts of your pen are now not needed. You're going to throw them in the trash. This is what we're after. Okay, so that little ink piece that was part of the pen top, I'm going to go ahead and pull that off. It's a little stick piece. Let's see if you can see it like that. I'm going to put that in the bottle. Then with this one, because it's tall, I'm going to cut it in half first. And again, this is messy. Do it over your paper or your, safe working space. Yep. See, look at that. Messy. Ooh, that one looks like blood too. Okay. Then you're going to take your X-Acto knife. And again, working on your paper or your messy area that you're okay getting messy. You're going to cut a slit down the middle like this, lengthwise of the ink pod, we'll call it. So I'm just gonna, sometimes it works better to start in the middle, cut it, and you want to try to not ooze out all that ink like I'm doing. See, as much ink as you can salvage as possible. Put that in the bottle really quick. And this is a stinky job to you guys. It's a messy, stinky job. Wear gloves, have a safe workspace. Okay, put that in the bottle too. Now I'm going to grab some tissue just for now. I'm going to have to scrub my hands later, but for now I'm going to wipe that off. Okay, so we've got those in the bottle now. Let's see if you can see that. Messy, yucky. Then we're going to take our alcohol. I've already opened this bottle, so take this and we're going to very carefully pour the alcohol in. You want a little bit of room at the top to shake it, but you want to fill it as much as possible too. So I'm going to fill that right to the top, and I'm going to put that top back in there, and you'll see when it first goes in, it's pretty light. It's actually not very dark at all. But I'm going to put that in there, I'm going to shake it, and I'll tell you, the longer it sits, the darker and more vibrant that color is going to become in there. So, see, it's leaking a little bit. I was just drying this off. Okay, so, come on. There we go. That's another reason you don't want to overfill it too much either, because when you put the dropper in there, that does take up some room and can make it go up a little bit. So, see, I'll show you. This was the burgundy. This was the red I did earlier, just one coat. Oh, that really doesn't show up in this light very well. Anyways, the thing I don't like about these is that the sprayer made a ring, not filling in the middle. So, you might have to spray them an angle depending on what kind of effect you're wanting. But we'll spray this a little bit. There you go. That's what that looks like. Kind of a mauve burgundy. And I said, this will get a lot darker once it dries. Once it dries, the longer it sits. So like overnight, tomorrow, that's going to get real dark. This is the red, and it's already getting really dark, and it's only been in there for about an hour. Let's see if I can show you the red. And again, like I said, see how much more vibrant that is than the other one, because it sat a bit longer. So after this sits overnight, and the longer it sits, the more color you're going to get. But you really want to put the tip of that marker in there, and both, the long strip of ink pad. As much ink as you can get in this bottle is great. I spilled quite a bit there, but that's okay. So I'll come back to this in a minute and show you when it dries. But again, this was the red earlier. This is the red now. This is the burgundy now. So this is when they first start out, and then this is after sitting for an hour. Okay, so there's that. I'll do a couple more just to go through it with you, make sure you guys have it. And then I'm not going to do all of these on camera because it's really not necessary. You guys will get the gist. Okay, so let me see. Let me get my label. I'm going to put my label on that one. I'm pretty sure I'll remember which one that one was. That looked like blood at first on my hands, and now has dried to like a purple ink all over my hands. Good thing I got good soaps, right, guys? May not have gloves, but I got soaps. I tell ya, I try to prepare for these videos. I really do, guys. I really do. But I didn't have my gloves. Okay, so that one is the burgundy. Put that label on there. And it's weird in the bottle, the way it's mixing right now, it actually looks like a brown. It looks really gross, like a muddy brown almost. I don't know if you guys can see that. But hopefully that'll become more of the burgundy deep red that we want later on. Put those caps back on those. Okay, and I'm going to do one more just to show you guys again. Let's see. Let's do the black, maybe. Or, you know what? Let's do the peach. Let's go ahead and do that one. This weird orangey peach color. So again, we're going to take off the cap. I'm going to, oh yeah, and in between them, you want to wipe off your X-Acto knife. Later, you can go over it with nail polish remover or goof off, and it will help get off some of that ink stain. But you just want to dry off the excess so you're not mixing your colors too much. Same thing with the pliers and all that. Just dry them off a little bit. I'll go over and clean those properly later on. Okay, so there's that. So first, I'm going to try to grab that tip out of there. Again, that doesn't always work. Sometimes the whole tip just comes out of there. Sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to try to gently turn and twist. Oh, this one's working. Look at that, you guys. You see that? So that one's working where I'm able to pull up that whole marker tip. Look at that. Here, let's see. There you go. That whole marker tip came out. So I'm going to put that right in the jar to add to the color. And then I'm going to use my needle nose. Like I said, I'm going to go into this hole, and I'm not going to pull necessarily. I'm going to twist. I'm going to twist this thing and squeeze my pliers, and I'm going to go around the edges to different spots. And I'm going to kind of pull a little bit, but not out. I'm not pulling this way. I'm pulling like, you know, this way, that way, bending it back and forth, different directions, trying to get that top to come out for us. So see, there you go. You can see it's starting to come. See that? It's starting to come out. So I'm going to move it over a little bit to the other side. And voila, we got it out. There you go. Easy as that. It's not that hard, guys. Okay, again, I'm going to throw the plastic parts of the pen that we don't need anymore away. And I'm going to take this. I'm going to cut it in half carefully over this paper here. And then I'm going to very carefully take my X-Acto knife. Again, sometimes it's not super easy to start at the top and cut your way all the way down. So I'll start halfway and make a slice that way, and then start at the halfway and make the slice the other way. Sometimes that's been the easier way to go with these things, especially if you have an older, dull X-Acto knife. But you want to do it exact, and you want to do it quick to open up that plastic and release that color, and then put hopefully that in the jar really quick in the bottle before it gets all over the place, because you want as much as that of that ink as possible going into your jar. Okay, this one. Okay, there we go. See, this one didn't bleed as much before, and you can even like open these, see, and open that ink pad up a little bit. Put that in there. All right, now we're going to pour our alcohol in there very carefully so you don't have too much spillage. Again, do this over your work area that you've prepared for a mess. Okay, yeah, that really is looking like yellow orangey. Interesting. Okay, where's my cap? Somewhere. There it is. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to shake that up. Yeah, it seems to be, I need to fill them a little bit less, you guys. They're leaking out a little bit. So a little bit below that top line right here is what I've been going for. So you might want to go a little bit lower than that so they don't leak so much, but I'm trying to get as much as I can in there because these are small bottles, smaller than the original ones I used. I'm going to shake that up, and I'm going to go ahead and let that sit for a minute. Let's see, well, actually we'll try it right out the bat, but I have a feeling this is going to be really light. So again, back to our color sheet here. This was the red when it first got made, and this was the red a while later after it sat and it got more saturated. This was the burgundy, our first try, and we'll see that in a little bit. And then this is that orangey peach first try. Yeah, you're not going to really see that at all, you guys. It's really super light. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's like, it looks like peach, honestly, you guys, but it's really hard to see. I don't know if I can get this in a light where you can see it. You can kind of see it. It's a very, very light peach, you guys. Okay, so that one's going to need to sit a while before it gets dark. And it looks like orange. Like I said, it looks like this yellowish orange. So that one was the orange peach. I'm going to put that label on. Let's see, where are we at? 18 minutes? Is that what that says? Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick. But I will probably maybe do a follow-up video to this one to show you after I've made them all and they've sat overnight. Leave me a comment if you would like to see a follow-up video to this. But like I said, these are just super easy to make, you guys. And then you have your own alcohol inks, distressing inks for all kinds of projects that you can use them for. And you get a fun little basket, one of those little tiny, rectangle ones with the pretty pattern at Dollar Tree. You got a little place to put them too, Anyways, okay, so let's see. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think I'm going to be done, guys. But like I said, let me know if you want to see a follow-up video and see how all these colors got made, well, not got made, but turned out, and how dark they were overnight. I'm going to do the burgundy one again one more time. So again, this was the burgundy when we first made it. It sat for a few minutes now, not too long, but a few minutes. So let's see if it's any darker now. Look at that. It's immediately already getting darker, you guys. Nice. And that's like a pretty mauve too. And like I said, you can use these for all kinds of things, painting and distressing wise. If you don't know, like I'm drawing a blank right now for more ideas of using creatively using distressing inks. Look up DIYs that use alcohol inks. and they will show you. And wear gloves, guys, because look, I'm going to have to scrub my hands later. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. Hope somebody out there is like, yeah, awesome, I can make my own alcohol inks now. So cool, right? We're like Tim Holtz now. We're like making our own stuff. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I still need Tim Holtz. We all need Tim Holtz in our life. But anyways, okay. Thank you for watching. Please, if you like this video, leave me a thumbs up. If you want to see more fun DIYs and Dollar Tree hauls, please subscribe. I would absolutely love that. I think it's actually the other way. I don't know which way I'm pointing, but hit that subscribe button. I would be ever so grateful, and leave me any feedback or comments or questions in the comment section. I will gladly get back to you as quickly as I possibly can. Okay, happy crafting, and I don't want to steal another crafter's line from her videos because she always ends saying you are enough. But honestly, if no one's told you this today, you are enough, and you are worthy, and you are amazing, and I'm glad you're here. So there you go. If no one's told you that today, you are important. Alright, happy crafting, guys. Bye!